Mom, she's the one. When you tell your mom that I'm the one, is it, Mom, she's the one. The one I want to settle down with and establish prenuptial agreements. For the future, though, because I can't foresee it, for she may very well be the vixen set out to get me for all that I got. What I have had and what I have not, and what soon I may have, because I plan on being a pretty big shot, and yes, Mom, I love her. But you know how women are when a man's worth a lot. Mom, she's the one. The one I want to marry. The one I want to carry my beloved daughter or son, and on the side I'll have baby mamas, prostitutes, flings, girlfriends, and then some. Mom, she's the one. The one that for me is so dumb. And sure, I may hurt her, but she can't leave me on her resume as clean, cook, and take care of my kids. She was never much of a worker. See, I'm starting to notice the whole institution and foundation of prenuptial agreements lay upon the idea to safeguard personal assets of a greedy, egotistical, self-centered man who lacks the control and whereabouts of his penis. Their greater love of green paper in our marriage is what thus gets in between us. Finding curveballs for my allowance and compliance for you to go about your business, legalizing the okay for you to not only go out with women, but have money as your mistress. See, you look at me to initial that and sign this. Well, F that and kiss this. I'm not one for customizing and formatting my own death wish. Once upon a time, there was a time when marriage was what is mine is yours, and what is yours is mine. No ulterior motives for the future after, just love and happiness, as Al Green used to say. In the meantime, for what happens after never even occurred to the pure-spirited ones. It didn't even matter, for the future was mapped out to be just as it was in the beginning. Love and happiness, not dissolution of marriage and annulments and separation and custody hearings and who gets what is what we're now seeing. Sure, they say, if you loved me, you'd sign to show me you ain't out for my money, honey. Well, Negro, if you loved me, the subject and the predicate of the drafted papers in regards to your money would never even come to be, 'cause if you loved me, you trust me, you big dummy. See, if you loved me, this wouldn't even be a discussion, just forever good times and loving, but as this is brought to my attention, you give me little to nothing to even trust in. Dooming us from the start, financing yourself if we do ever part. Who even thinks of that from the start? He says, I'm just trying to assure both of us. I'm just trying to play it smart. But there was a time, although, when a man said, Mom, she's the one. And further went on to say, Mom, she's the one I want to settle down with and establish the deepest connection ever possible. And hand in hand, I want to stand by her and go against each and every obstacle. I stand above her only to lean down and kiss her on her forehead so she knows my love goes deeper than each hair of hers uprooted from the very follicle. 'Cause my love goes deeper than the earth's core, right down to the scientific molecule. I love her with every fiber of my being. Mom, are you seeing? She is the one I want to marry, the one I want to carry our daughter or our son, never belittling the duty she will do for me, cooking, cleaning 24/7, so that when I come home from a hard day's worth of work, I come home to heaven, for she is the hardest worker. I get to punch out from a 9 to 5. But she does this day in and day out, 365, so I shall do nothing but court her and support her. And maybe it's too forward, but she has me open. She has me at risk. She has me vulnerable. She has me ass out, as they say, for her. They call it whipped, but I'm just man enough to say I could never hurt her. She is the one who makes me a better me. You'd think I joined the army, because with her I'm being all that I can be. Mom, she is the one I owe everything, and I'll symbolize that with the biggest ring, even though she has already told me material things don't mean a thing, and I believe her. That's why even more so I want to give her everything. She has stood by me when I've had nothing but viewed me as a king. So when I do find my riches, I will take her as my queen. And all I ask that she gives me in return, yes, all I ask that she will give me back, is that she will always give me and be everything that I lack. See, she will forevermore complete me, and with her we will become one. Yes, Mom, she is, in fact, the one. Money can't buy our love, nor will it part us. It will never tear us apart, because only death do us part. I do. So, that was my second poem. In one day. Or 2 days. Basically, this is about divorce, prenups, custody, kids, all that stuff that has to do with the separation of two people in a marriage. You know, it does, in a sense, hit home for me because I am, you know, I've always been with my mom. She has been in a couple of divorces in the past. I've seen divorce all through my family, and now this kind of ties into divorce, I guess, more so to give you an example with celebs. I mean, right now we have Kobe Bryant and his wife who were married for years. He did cheat on her. It was a public thing, and she stayed with him. Now, we're not ones to be able to say why she stayed with him or what her motive is. Who are we to judge her? But I do feel like that prenup had a big thing over her, that she could not leave him because she would walk away with nothing. Now she has everything. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right either way. I'm not one who believes in prenups at all, as you can see from this poem. Basically, to me, a prenup just entraps you in the fact that you have to put up with so much because you feel like when you leave, you will have nothing. And it shouldn't even be like that from the start. Who are we to say, let's make a prenup right now? In the beginning of a marriage, when marriage is about where are we going to live, you know, where do you want to live? Are we going to have kids? How many kids are we going to have? What are their names going to be? What's his middle name going to be? Is he going to be a junior? You know, what are we going to do for our 50th anniversary is what you should be thinking, not how are we going to end this? Who gets what? Who gets that car? Who gets this car? Who gets that kid? Who gets this kid? It's not how it should be. I guess I'm like an old romantic where I see love for how I think it should be. It should be pure. Love leaves you open. It leaves you at risk. You know, love is not selfish. It's selfless. It's the most selfless quality you can possibly have for somebody. Where you're just, like I said, you're completely open for that person because you love them so much. And you could never imagine life without them. So you don't plan for life without them because you're so in love with them that it's going to stay like that. That's how you see it. That's how you hope. I don't know, maybe like I'm 12 and still in junior high, but that's how I've always seen loved. And I mean, one day, who knows, I could be rich off of this. But even if I found that person that I really loved, if we left on a mutual agreement, I didn't cheat on him, he didn't cheat on me, I would still want to take care of him. If there was anything I could do, I would still love him enough. You don't turn off love, I guess is what I'm saying. So I could still love him enough that I want to see him have the best. I want to see the best for my children as well. But I mean, I wouldn't even think like that from the beginning. So it really hurts me when I see people talk like that because that should not be the focus. And you know, you shouldn't be thinking about money. You should be thinking about spending the rest of your life with this person in happiness, not in misery and already dooming it. So I really hope that you like this poem. I just wrote it, so it's fresh, it's new, it's still on my iPhone actually, it's on my notepad. I was really excited to perform this for you guys, so please give me your feedback, comments as far as how you like how I read it, or you know, on the topic, because this topic is something I like to talk about. I'd like to know everybody's opinions on it. So thank you for listening. It's time for me to go. I have to watch Pretty Little Liars, so I'll see you next time. Bye guys.